start, just give us your name and then go across the line there.
Okay, I'm Rylee Anderson.
Jenny Glenn.
Rylee Hladky.
Coach, do you have words from what we just got to witness here today?
Not sure I quite have the words yet. Just super proud of this group. I mean, I think we just demonstrated what we've known as a crew and how we can be tough in really hard situations. I wish we would have started the match a little more free and aggressive, but we kind of put our backs against the wall. I thought Mesa came out really aggressive like we knew they would. Played really good volleyball tonight. Their offense was firing on all cylinders. I think after the first set, both offenses were hitting in the 400s. So it was definitely an offensive battle. It's good to see we got them down to 220 and we hit 394. So I think we made really good defensive adjustments throughout the course of the match. Once we kind of saw the writing on the wall, we had a really good response to that. And, our left sides had a really good opportunity on the pin. I thought they did a really nice job. Our defense started picking up. We slowed their middles a little bit, kind of stopped missing so many serves, and turned the tide with those things.
Yeah, serving, you're going to serve aggressive.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not going to get them all, but how much did that put you kind of behind the box in the first two sets there?
I thought, in the first couple sets, we started doing the hard things really well, and we were not doing the easy things very well. So that's when it feels tough, like we're making these big plays, we're scoring at a really high clip, and then we, let a free ball score, or we serve a ball out of bounds, just uncharacteristic things. We're not giving teams a lot of that throughout the course of the year. So once we cleaned up that side of things, I thought things were going better for us.
Just talk about the composure. To be down 2-0 at this moment, things are going well for them. How did you kind of keep their minds in the right state of mind?
We haven't been in this scenario all year, so we didn't know how we'd respond, but we kind of did because this group has handled really tough situations well. And so, to be down really big in that fourth set and to chip away at it, we talk a lot about not looking at the scoreboard and just playing for 1 point at a time. And we do that well, when we get in those situations and we just chip away at that lead, and then all of a sudden we're the team that's up. So I just can't speak enough to how proud I am of this group of athletes and how hard they've worked and just our mental toughness in those situations to put ourselves in a position to play tomorrow.
All right, you look at that hitting percentage, you're going to look to these two, your other attackers, but talk about Amela, Delaney for running that offense, Ashlyn, an incredible game on defense as well.
I think we had really good opportunities to score in multiple positions. Once our left side started going off, we kept going to them. We could have gone away from them, but they were in a really good headspace. And I think you saw when we did go away, we scored with our other hitters as well. So these two did a nice job of staying aggressive, to getting high, their feet to ball get high, mix up their shots, and just break things open for us, which I think it was a good match for us to move forward in that space.
Rylee, I don't know if you remember last year, you two were down here in the press conference, and you turned to Rylee and said, I want to be just like you. Yeah. What's it like looking back on that year later in the same position?
I definitely still look up to her 100%. I'm sorry, I lost my voice. So
That's a good thing for her. This is her voice.
But I honestly do still look up to her, and I still want to be you, so.
Listen, I want to be you, sister.
Career high kills for you. We talked about it last week, and you always seem to step up in these big moments. How did you keep your composure, kind of like Eric talked about as well?
Yeah, us as all the left sides, we were talking about our shots, and we were just keep doing what we're doing. Everything's working, and we were moving our wrists. And I know at the beginning of the match, we were just hitting straight on shots, and they were digging us. And so we just talked about getting it off their platforms a little bit, so.
Rylee, for you, another huge game for you, season high kills, same kind of thing for you.
I would agree. I think we do a really good job from a left side perspective of communicating in between sets, and we have Reg on the bench who always has our backs, and she's always got a shot for us, and continuing to communicate through that. So just having each other's backs, that's what teammates do.
Looking over to your right side, you've got Tino and Kelsey putting up huge games. Talk a little bit about the energy that Kelsey Gordon brings to the team.
Kelsey Gordon is something else, man. Honestly, I don't think I've ever played with any girl quite like her. She is your all-time hype man. She will always have your back. And so she's a lot of fun. She brings a different look to the game, and she's hard to defend. So, and it's really nice. If they're committed to us, you can ditch it to Kelsey. We're just firing on all cylinders.
You're playing in the back row with Ashlyn. Talk about what she did for you guys tonight.
Ashlyn was a spark, and she started it. I would say. Like, look, she was determined, and she said, I'm not going down like this, and she lit us up. And her feistiness was unmatched, and she had fun, and she played loose, and she's an absolute blast to play back there with because she's feisty and getting everything. And I want to play for her because she's playing feisty, and she wants to play for me. So it's fun.
Coach, you get Maddie Williams in off the bench. She's a big spark when she gets in the game, gets the last kill of it too. What was the decision to kind of get her in the rotation?
You know, we just needed a little bit of a different look. Things weren't going our way, honestly. So, we wanted to try something new to see if we could get the tide to change. And I thought she did an incredible job of coming off the bench in a really, really tough match and doing her job really well. And in that last time out, we're like, okay, Maddie's wide open, go set her. So we trusted to set her in those situations. She's really worked hard all year. Honestly, all three middles really good. All three left sides. We have so many bench players that don't get the credit they deserve, but they are a huge piece of what we do. And I feel very confident going to our bench in all positions.
You guys got West Texas A&M tomorrow. Has that kind of been in the back of your mind since your regionals last year? What do you think about that?
What a coincidence. Honestly, I think it's just another match. Like, obviously, there's a little bit of history there, and you're not going to get rid of that, period, but it's just another game, and I have complete trust in our style of volleyball and who we are, and just to go out and do our thing and see what happens.
Rob?
For both Rylees, we win the third set and looked like, okay, we got this thing back in control, and all of a sudden we're down 13-6 in the fourth. What's being said, and what are you guys thinking at that point? Both of you could answer that.
I think we definitely, we all came into the huddle and we were like, we're going to finish this. We had no doubt in our mind that we were going to lose that match, even if we were down a couple points. We knew we were going to come back and we were going to fight for every single point.
Absolutely, I would agree. This team has incredible mental toughness, and I trust every single one of them that they're going to do their job and step up when needed, and that's exactly what we did. We said, we're going to do this together, and we're going to do it right now. So it has to be right now. And everyone was on board with that.
Yeah.
And then late in the fourth set, I feel like every set was going to you. Did you tell them to set you, or is that just how it worked, or what was going on there?
No, it just kind of worked out that way. And I had Ashlyn behind me literally every time yelling, take a swing. I was like, okay. So I knew she was back there. I was like, I guess I don't even care if I get blocked at this point. I'm going to take a rip at it because I had full confidence that she was behind me. So when you have a teammate like that supporting you, you can go take big swings and then good things will happen.